MrBeast has just been accused of bullying by some former employees who claim that this in turn created a toxic work environment for them. Could Jimmy Donaldson be the next Ellen DeGeneres? We'll find out as we dive into this recent article from the New York Times that has exposed this charitable YouTuber. But first, if you could do us a big favor and please tap that like button, we'd really appreciate it. And with that out of the way, let's begin. Currently, MrBeast operates 6 YouTube channels that when put together have an astounding 91 million subscribers. His videos have been viewed more than 13 billion times, and even during a worldwide pandemic, he still managed to grow. Although that did not happen by himself, and it certainly did not happen without making a few people furious with him along the way. The first main point of criticism for MrBeast is where his career began. His early videos and social media posts sometimes consisted of using slurs and offensive jokes. Plus, now several former employees are claiming that the working conditions are rife with favoritism and bullying. Taylor Lorenz, reporting for the New York Times, said that Mr. Donaldson declined to be interviewed or address the claims of a toxic work environment, but a representative gave a comment regarding his past offensive content. They're quoted as saying, "When Jimmy was a teenager and was first starting out, he carelessly used on more than one occasion a gay slur. Jimmy knows there is no excuse for homophobic rhetoric." The representative added that Mr. Donaldson has grown up and matured into someone that doesn't speak like that. MrBeast started his YouTube channel back in 2012 when he was still in middle school actually, and to grow with YouTube's ever-changing algorithm, he often cycled his content from videos of him playing Call of Duty to commenting on YouTube drama. Although by 2018 he had mastered the format that would turn him into a viral sensation. MrBeast had the idea of filming himself giving away thousands of dollars in cash to just random people, everyone from his Uber driver to people experiencing homelessness. The videos took off because his team was able to capture true moments of shock and joy. Millions of people began watching his videos and companies began flooding him with sponsorship opportunities to continue making these kind of videos. He would soon go through a huge rebranding process where he even deemed himself as YouTube's biggest philanthropist. Back in December, MrBeast told Bloomberg, "Once you know how to make a video go viral, it's just about how to get as many out as possible. You can practically make unlimited money." By 2019, the amount of people required to keep this money train going though was around 24. Eventually, he would move everyone from a small office in Greenville to a larger warehouse. Although people who work for him have said that it was hard to keep track of the expanding group of contract production assistants and others who would help sometimes with his videos. The majority of his employees have been friends, family, and acquaintances, with his closer friends actually acting almost as co-stars in his videos. According to the New York Times article, a total of 11 people, with 4 of which choosing to remain anonymous, said they initially wanted to work for MrBeast because of the giving nature of his videos. The 4 remaining anonymous did sign confidentiality agreements, but regardless, they wanted people to know that while he was sometimes generous, they said his demeanor would completely change when the cameras weren't around, which these past employees say contributed to a very difficult working environment. If you recall, not that long ago, a former editor named Matt Turner said that from February 2018 to September 2019, MrBeast had berated him almost every day, even leaving him in tears a few times after calling him by a phrase used to insult people with mental disabilities. Matt was an outside hire in the context of who MrBeast usually hires, and he said that his former boss would regularly feature his hometown friends in videos while he struggled for a simple acknowledgement. Mr. Turner told the Times, "I was not to be credited for anything I did. I'd ask for credit and he'd credit someone else." Another person named Nate Anderson, who moved to Greenville just to work for MrBeast in March of 2018, also says that he quit after a week over what he cited were unreasonable demands, claiming that Mr. Donaldson was a perfectionist, adding, "Nothing ever worked for him. He always wanted it a certain way." Nate even uploaded a video to his channel explaining his experience while editing for MrBeast and said that he has received nothing but threats and hateful comments from MrBeast fans, an experience that Matt Turner can definitely relate to. Speaking on the backlash he received from MrBeast fans, he also said, "These kids don't even know what they're saying. They're just in this cult of YouTube stardom where they don't want to see their biggest creator fall." And according to a representative for MrBeast, he currently employs around 50 people, and these past employees also claimed that there were a core of about a dozen writers, editors, and production assistants that would work tirelessly to pull off big stunts like buying everything in a store or building the world's largest Lego tower or even buying an island one time. Now, personally, I believe that with the amount of channels and businesses that Jimmy has invested his time, money, and energy into, he's not always going to be this happy-go-lucky boss. He's going to have to shift into business mode at some point if he wants to make sure that he can keep employing these 50 people. That's 50 people that depend on him making a crazy video so that they can pay the rent that month. That has to be extremely stressful to deal with every day. Does it excuse berating people? No, but I can see where this anger may be coming from. He's never claimed to be YouTube's nicest creator. People branded him as that because he gave things away. Although, just because someone is charitable, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're super patient, kind, and loving. Either way, I'd love to hear your thoughts on what these former employees said of their time working for MrBeast. And while you ponder that, I'm going to check out some of your comments from the video titled, "YouTuber Carl Jacobs apologizes, Jake Paul sues H3H3, and Bill and Melinda Gates break up." L Gator says, "Why should Carl apologize for hanging out with someone years ago? If he's detached himself from the person and obviously has nothing to do with them now, then I don't see why he needs to apologize." That's exactly what I was saying. I think his new new fans, I guess, just bullied him into that, and he's young, so he just went along with it. It's sad to see. Random Trinidadian says, at first I was surprised that Bill Gates and his wife were getting a divorce, but now I am floored that Carl, of all people, is involved in internet drama. Yeah, I don't know what's crazier. It feels like the Carl drama is crazier than the Bill and Melinda Gates news, but yeah, here we are. It's a YouTube world. This is not a happy house says, Bill Gates' wife caught him looking through windows again. A+ comment. Max says, Jake Paul's out here suing people and yet refuses to respond to the allegations against him. Psh, psh, indeed, Max. Psh. Indeed. It's ridiculous the things that he will respond to. Sagar G says, what is your complaint, Melinda Gates? It's Microsoft. A++ comment. I didn't think it happened, but hey, here it is. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, though. I've been your host, Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy, YouTube.